Hey guys, Carco here. Hey, I wanted to make a quick video and show you something I actually built earlier on when I first kind of got to Oort. This is actually a reconstruction of a faction base that I used to build when I used to play factions. The island itself is constructed entirely by hand, block by block. It took quite a bit of time to do. Picked a beautiful spot up here. Noodle's Mage Tower is off in the distance, the giant arena, and the famous tower that Stormbringer built. And the very first thing I built down in Oort, the very first structure is right down there, the thing with that Oort smiley face flag that looks like an orc on it. That's actually the very first house I built in the game when I first started trying to mess around with building. I came to Stormbringer's village here. So anyways, later on I wanted to do something that was a little bit neater, and so I built this. And you can see I got an old-fashioned little wooden walkway out here. And somebody, I think, came in and gravelled this in for me. It was pretty nice of them. And what this base was designed to be a 16 by 16 that could fit within the plot. Was very reproducible, highly disposable. I'd build this thing out in the middle of the ocean at nearly 256. I would do it several thousand out from anything, so you would have had to have been in a boat swimming for days and barely able to see this thing looking straight up in the sky past the clouds to even see me, especially once I got to 512. I'd really get abusive and go really high up with it. So anyways, I built the land, the trees, and this of course was designed assuming that you have ladders. So in the meantime we just pillar on blocks. So anyways, that was the ground level. I used to grow food down there to survive. Cane, whatever I needed to produce, things for different pots. And then inside here you'd have lighting, and normally these windows would of course be completely sealed. There were no platforms on the edge so that TNT that struck the windows would slide down and not into this room. But I opened them up in Oort because, well, it's really pretty and it just looks cool, and there's no baddies. So anyways, this allows to give you a really pretty view in Oort Online of this giant. Pretty much this is the largest city in the game currently, where the highest concentration of kind of quality builds is located. There's my house down there right next to Alexander's tower that he built. And then the giant PvP arena's over there in the distance, and then Noodle's tower. I'll give you a secret. If you follow that pathway and into that giant mountain, that's a big cylindrical mountain, and the original guild house was constructed inside there that you always see in the videos. There used to be like crafting stations here. This is where I'd come and do different things and make all my materials to go wreak havoc. And so if you keep going up, you get up to here. This is a really sweet feature. Those of you who played it seriously, you'll appreciate this. This was entirely flooded with water above. On the exterior of the base, it was completely soaked in water. The outer walls were cobblestone. The inner walls were obi. I would place them by picking up a single bucket of lava, one bucket at a time, or several buckets, going to nether, coming back, pouring forms, flooding the forms with water, dropping the lava in there, and literally building the walls of this vault one by one. Man, it took a long time to do. But it was worth it on certain servers where that was just ridiculously OP. And of course you couldn't mine OB on a lot of those intentionally. And these blocks are kind of where the chest would have been. And you had lights inside here. The gravel walls are where the OB would have been. And yeah, this is where I'd store things. There was like a hatch that would open up, so you had to have permissions to even get in here, and then there was another hatch below it. So it was flooded across. You had to climb up a ladder, open a hatch, pass through water. So even if you got like TNT down and underneath here, through here, it still wasn't busting through. You weren't coming in this way. And then on top of that, not only that, but this thing would be high up in the sky, and then on top of that I would I would claim buffer lots. I would have empty space of 16 by 16. I mean, a lot of times I would have patterns in a gigantic star where I would have like 7, 5, 3, 1, and 7 across. So you'd have to start like 64, 128 out just to start shooting. Never mind trying to cobble cancer your way to get over to it. So, anyways, it was a lot of fun, and I decided to just kind of take this design. I have a lot of my old building designs saved. I used to always try and produce things that were reproducible, because that way, if anything bad ever happened to them on one server, I could just build them somewhere else, or maybe I wanted to go somewhere else and live somewhere else. So I always built things so it could be reproducible. It's kind of my style. So, anyways, that was my base, and thanks for watching.